Hello, good morning. This is Beck on becknelson.com or Beck Nelson at hopecounselingri.com. So last night I had a session with one of my clients that was what I call one of those breakthrough sessions, right? And so this morning I was inspired on my way into work to come onto YouTube and kind of share that experience with you because it's something that happens frequently. And I'm going to putting this out there. So last night, what happened was one of my clients that I've been working with for a while decided that she was in a place where she kind of hit a wall, right? So up into this point, she had been kind of, exercising and she's working a job and she's married, she's got her kids. And the last video that I did was about how people come to counseling because their intended solutions actually create more of a problem. So in this case, which is the case that I see a lot, what people do to kind of say, I want more for my life and I want to be happier, is that they start asking the other people around them to do things to make them happier. And they say, the reason that I'm not happy is because my kids don't listen to me and they don't pick up after themselves. And my husband doesn't do his share of the childcare responsibilities, or he's not doesn't have dinner ready when I come home, and my boss doesn't pay me enough, and they give me too much work, and I can't make boundaries at work because they won't hire more people, that kind of thing. So, and I don't like how I look and all this kind of stuff. So everybody, people try to resolve their issues. I'm going to feel better by asking the other people in my world to change to make things easier for me, or because I have things that I need help with and they're not doing those things. And that's pretty common, right? We kind of tend to ask the other people. The thought is kind of two things. One is, I'm doing everything that I can and I do all these things for you. I just need you to do these things for me so that I can get that back. And so what happens is the other people are not doing those things. You can't make other people do what you want them to do. You can request it. But what happens is we start to demand it, right? Because as you become more and more unhappy and they're not doing what you want them to do, you start to get resentful. And then they start to do things that are even maybe hurtful, like your husband or your wife drinks and they say things that are very hurtful. And now you feel like, well, now I'm entitled to get what it is that I want because now you owe me. Now I've done all these things for you and you're not doing anything back for me. Now I'm entitled to get this. And now you get angry. And let me tell you that what happens over time is that this becomes very exhausting to your system. And when I say your system, I mean your personal system, but also the system that you exist in, your work environment, your home environment. It's exhausting and it is taxing. So over time, if you employ this particular strategy to try to feel better, which is that either I ask the other people around me to change so that I can feel better, or that I make the other people seem worse so that I don't feel so bad about what's going on with me because it's your fault because I've done everything I can. When you employ those systems, you become exhausted, and then the people around you start to feel resentful or start to feel that negative energy from you, and they don't want to be around you. And then you'll experience things like headaches and pains in your neck and problems with your hips, and you can't sleep at night and that kind of thing. So you overeat. People kind of do all kinds of things. So when I try to tell them, you need to focus on you because you can't change other people, and you're banging your head against a wall and literally making yourself sick trying to change other people, that's difficult, right? It's not that they don't believe it, because deep inside they know it's something that they need to change in themselves, but that's really scary. Change is scary, number one. So change is scary. But number two, it's scary to kind of say, what is it that I would probably need to work through the barriers in order to get to the other side of this, which is working on me. That can be way scarier than just asking everybody else around you to change and then hold it against them if they're not doing what you asked them to do. So last night, this client that I've been working with for a while, finally got to that point where she was like, okay, I mean, she didn't say this, but you could see it in her. Like, I am just so unhappy. This is actually what she did say. I am so unhappy. I need to feel better and I don't know what to do anymore. And this is where I can come in. This is actually a pivotal point where now I can say to them that yes, because you are exhausted, because the things that you're doing, your solution to your problem, to ask everybody else to help to get you to a place where you have better boundaries and you're happier, is not their job, it's your job. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't ask anybody else for anything, for things around you. You certainly can. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying to you, your first priority has to be making yourself well, because if you are not in a place where you're getting enough sleep, etc., you're not going to be in a place to lead your household. You cannot run yourself if you're run down on energy. Okay, so this is what I do. This is my specialty, in that place. And now I know that I'm not saying that her, now she's going to be on this upward trajectory from now. But what I can tell you is that I know that we're in a place that she has now recognized me holding on to all this anger and resentment and directing my energy any place but inside me is exhausting, and it's just making things worse, and I need help. So this is where the spiritual counseling coaching piece comes in. There's so many tools that I have to be able to help you figure out what are those blocks, what are those things that you probably would have to, those things that you would have to probably figure out and move through in order to get to the other side, which is a happier, healthier life where you are spiritually, physically, mentally better, and happier. So you can project that to the other people in your life. There's so many tools that I have. I've been in this business for 30 years for the counseling and transformation piece. So this is something that I specialize in, and I'm equipped and ready to do this for you today. You can make changes now. So I have room for the month of March to be able to take on 3 new spiritual coaching clients. So excited to announce that to you. So if you're interested, you can email me at Beck Nelson, BECC Nelson at hopecounselingri.com. You can respond to this video, and also please check the bell above this so that we can you can put me on your subscription list, because I will be doing other videos as I'm inspired to. And I'm also writing a book about the principles that I use to help guide people to this better place. So if you want to be among the people that are able to heal and grow from this place, then please contact me. Thanks.